Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining the channel. Are you wanting to send the right information to the right people? You have so many products and services that you offer, and you're great at all of them, but not everybody's interested in every single one. So you need to send out the right emails, the right invitations, the right workshops to the right people. Well, how can you do that? Well, you could do it with AI and automation. Hi, everybody. I'm Monique Carlisle. I am the business optimization and automation coach here at Midas Web. And every day we come on at 12 noon Central to bring you a strategy, tip, trick, something that you can implement in your business right now in order to start growing and scaling. We then take that great strategy and we develop it with an AI tool. So we've used ChatGPT, Canva, answerthepublic.com. There are a lot of tools out there. So we explore one and we develop our strategy with it. We then take that developed strategy and we implement it with our automation system. Here at Midas Web, we use the high level system. And if you are not familiar with that, stick through to the end and you'll get a sneak peek at that. It is a wonderful platform that helps automate and put our business on autopilot, saving me a ton of time. And so we will be showing that towards the end for implementation. If you have questions about today's topic or anything business related, come join us at our open office hours right after today's live training. Just click the link below and join us there in that Zoom room. In that Zoom room, we can strategize, soundboard, talk about AI, talk about your own high-level system. And our goal is to just support you in your business growth and help you scale and grow faster. So without further ado, let's jump in. Today, we are talking about prospecting, and more specifically, when you have a lot of prospects, but you have multiple areas that you could serve them in. You have multiple services, multiple products, and not everybody's going to buy every single one. As a matter of fact, they're going to find you based on a specific need, a specific product or specific service that they're looking for. So when you receive those people, how are you going to make sure they only get the information they're asking for? You'll notice that when you go to unsubscribe from somebody's newsletter, one of the options is, I never signed up for this. Well, there's a reason that disclaimer shows on there that you can put that little tag, and that's because they have a lot of products and services probably, and they want to make sure you got to the right place. So if you're receiving something you didn't even ask for, it's a little awkward, right? So we want to make sure we're sending out the right information to the right people in a timely and effective manner. We were talking last week about a counseling niche. So we're talking about a family counselor who specializes in foster care. We're going to continue with that case study, and we're going to jump into ChatGPT here in just a moment. Let me get everything set up and ready for us. All right. And I'm going to share my screen. We were in ChatGPT last week. We used the role a family counselor specializing in families who choose to foster children, gave it a little bit of background, and then we were having it develop those 10 questions to qualify the clients. We got an intake form originally, which is great, and we might use it for a later contract or just, like I said, intake form, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. So we continued the conversation and gave it a little bit more clarifying information for the GPT, and then got some really great questions. We then built this with a survey model, and that's what we're going to be basing today's work on. So I did not build out all 10 questions. We only did about 3 or 4. And so definitely check out that survey training and see kind of how to build that survey. So now we're going to go a little step further, and it said, what we did is we took this to a step further and we said, suggest different informational products I can offer for free. So these would be your lead magnets. This is a great way to even start your brainstorming on what kind of nurturing do you need to do. So for this one, 10 essential steps for fostering to prepare your family, understanding the emotional needs. It gives me some blog articles. It gave me some ebooks. Again, I would need to write all of these. These are not resources available on the web that I don't think they are these might be, but they also might be suggestions. I would have to do some further research. Tip lists and sheets, and then infographics. So we're going to continue working along this thread. And what I want it to do is I want it to segment based on the type of family we're working with. Now, maybe I'm not sure how to segment it. I'm like, well, I have this, I know what I do, but I don't know how I should segment them. So we're going to have ChatGPT become our soundboard, our strategizer, and work with us. So we're going to say we don't know how to segment, but the ChatGPT, this thread, knows that we're a family counselor and we work with foster families. Our questions even talked about where they were in the journey. So currently process, considering it, not fostering. So I'm going to just ask the GPT to tell me how should I segment. I want to segment my list of clients to ensure I deliver valuable content that is relevant to that client. All right, so this is what I want. This is kind of like the background of the task. And then the question, the task itself is, how should I segment my client list? So keeping it very simple. How should I segment it? All right, so great. So it's giving me a couple of different ideas. You would read through this. You can pick all of them. You can pick some of them. That's going to be a business decision. Again, we can help guide you through that process. Just click that link below and join us at open office hours after today's training. All right, so we're going to stick with kind of the pre, active, and post. And these 4 tags would be great as well. And I'm liking these. I don't think we're going, I mean, these are all really great. Now I want to become a family counselor, right? So let's just say we're going to stick with these pre-fostering, active fostering, and post-fostering, okay? So we want to tie those tags, those segments, to specific questions, okay? Again, we're going to have GPT do this for us. So we're going to ask it to come back to the original question and help us identify if they answered A, they would be pre-fostering. If they answered B, then they would be post-fostering, so on and so forth. Now, this is a complex prompt. I'm going to prepare you because it's going to be kind of a little long, because I want to make sure that we're, one, identifying where we're getting the information. So the survey coming up ahead, behind, or further up in the thread, and then connecting it to these tags. Okay, so these are great. I want to use the following tags for my client list. All right, so I'm providing it very specific information. Let's do stage of the foster care journey, family structure, experience level, and age of the foster children. All right, I think that's good. Okay, so I've identified the 4 main segments I'm going to work on, or I'm going to use in my business. Using the segments you recommended, please review the qualifying questions from our previous conversation and identify which answers would, think about how to phrase this, which answers would indicate which tags. All right, so, or which segment. We're going to keep our word choice the same. Which segment? Some questions may need more than one segment. Or I'm going to say may apply to more than one segment. May apply to more than one segment. Present this information in a table with each answer in the first column and the associated segment in the next columns. Okay, so what did I do? I'm giving it a background. I want to use these specific types of segments. I'm going to review the qualifying questions from previous conversation and identify the answers which are in the segment. So that would mean the segment. How do I want it presented? I want it presented in a table. And I'm going to tell it the first column is going to have the answer, and then the next columns are going to have the associated segments. I can take this a step further and say, for example, answer A would be segment, let's say, so we'll take it a step further and copy this. For example, question 1, answer A would be associated with segment. All right, so this is yes, we are currently fostering. So that would be active fostering. It doesn't give me information about age. Okay, so now I've given it an example, so it kind of knows exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit enter. I love how it presented this. So it's got each of those segments that I had described, and then it's specifically saying which segment within that column would be appropriate. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, it's got a lot of questions to go through. So while it's working, what do we do with this information? How can we take it and create an automated system that acknowledges this and helps us create the right nurture campaign? So I'm going to jump over to our high-level system. So I am in a simple workflow, and I'm going to change this form to a survey. Okay, so I'm not going to use a form. I'm actually going to use a survey. And I'm going to be very specific and say the survey is the counseling pre-qualifying. Now, what's cool is if it was you could make more filters. You could add the filter for the specific questions. Okay, but I don't want to do that today. I mean, we could. I'm trying to think. Do I want to do that? Let me show you how we would do that. All right, pull over another one. We'll come back. So I'm going to show you the survey that we created, and let's make a decision. There's multiple ways to do this. That's why I am wondering what would be the easiest. All right, I'm thinking the easiest way would be to have question 1, question 2, question 3 on different workflows. So I think that's how I'm going to set it up. And then we have 4 pieces here. All right. So question 1, have you or your family? So I'm going to type in have. Okay, I'm confused. Why is it not giving me? Save. Let me refresh. Should be showing up right there. Thank you for your patience. All right. So this is, oh, it didn't save. Oops. Okay, I don't know. I forgot to hit save. Sorry. So double opt-in, double save. So let's change this to survey. Sorry about that. And then we're going to change it to survey is, counseling, save, and then save at the top. I forgot to save at the top. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and see if it registered the new filters. All right, these are custom fields. I'm not sure why the custom field is not showing properly. Okay, that's all right. We might have to put it all in one. All right, so survey submitted is the pre-counseling or the pre-qualifying. Now we're going to use an if-else statement. And the if-else statement is going to be where those questions are. So the survey question, custom values, contact details, custom fields. And our question was, have you or your family begun the foster care process? Okay. Now, we talked about this last time. The name of this question is currently in foster process. So this is my query key. All right. So if you're not finding this question, that's probably why I couldn't find it. I was looking up the wrong thing. So currently in foster process. I bet you that's where it was. Add filter. There it is. See, I was right. So currently in foster care process, option 1, and then I would create another filter for option 2, option 3, option 4. And I think you could rename those options. Can you rename them? No. That'd be cool though. So you would have 4 different ones. So I think we'll keep this blank because I want it to activate on the whole thing. And then we'll create the if-else statement and custom fields. So contact details, custom fields at the bottom, and then we're going to find currently in foster process is option 1. And then I'm going to duplicate this. I like pushing the easy button, option 2, duplicate, and option 3. But there's 4 options. Why is it not giving me 4 options? All right, that might be an error in the system. Let's look at another one and see if it's the same. Currently seeking support for children, support needs. Let's change this to support needs. See if it still gives me, it only gives me 3 options. Interesting. Okay, I will have to explore that and find out why it's limiting me to that. But regardless, I will get into that later. So we would choose the option you want. And then when you hit change this up here, let's put this back to currently. And say option 1, you would just type in a reminder. So option 1 was currently fostering process. So this is inside your workflow so that you know which step it is. If I hit save action, you're going to see that it creates these branches. So now I know that this is the currently fostering branch. This is in the process of the fostering branch. This is the not currently fostering. And then we would create a 4th one for no longer fostering. It's not showing up right now, so I will definitely be exploring that. All right, so that is all the time we have today. That is how you'll set up this if-else statement. We'll explore this further tomorrow, and I will find out what happened and tell you the outcome when we get back on tomorrow at noon. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you joining us. Again, if you have any questions about today's topic or any topic, click the link below. Join us in open office hours at 12:30. We will be there in just a few minutes. Y'all take care now. Bye.